you have straight hair, you want curly. When you have curly, you want straight. It's just that, experience something different.
I know,
right?
I know. So that's where we're at today, talking about hair. And if you're just joining in, that's what we're talking about. So yes, welcome to the show. My guest today, Mariana Gordon. Mariana Gordon,
yes.
And the little backstory of Mariana is that Mariana and I were getting our do's done. Now, I was not getting my do done before this because my hairstylist would be appalled at this. But this is what happens when you have a heat advisory in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
It is going to feel like a 95 to 105 today. But when you're listening to this, it's not going to feel like that. But today it is. So if you're watching it, it's quite a show with our hairdos, and that's fine. I actually have a hair tie because I told all of my viewers, because I do weather reports.
Yeah.
Pull your hair back, don't bother. And here I am eating my words and going against what I said. So
I love hearing you
well,
talk about the weather.
I'm trying to make it realistic. That's kind of what I do. So I met Mariana at the salon in Astoria,
yes.
And we were getting our hair done, and one of the stylists mentioned that you and I should talk because you had an interesting story, and we're going to get into her story because, as we know, this podcast is all about kind of reinventing, getting to a point where you're like, I'm done, can't do it anymore. Haven't we all been there? And then we also have a very special treat. We're not going to talk about it yet, but you got to listen to the whole podcast. Try not to fast forward to the end because that's where the good stuff. Not that the rest of it isn't good. Okay. All right. So basically, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
I got my little reporter notebook because I feel like this is what I use. This is like my safety blanket. It's Linus and Peanuts where he has that blanket. Although I'm not sucking my thumb. I did when I was little. I'm totally going rogue right now. So I have this guy. I have been known to leave it in many places. Hopefully I'm not going to leave it here. But so we're going to start with you. Enough of me chatting and being inappropriate, apparently, if you're watching TV. So we started our conversation because you're currently doing what?
So I'm currently a certified energy healer. So I do crystal energy healing. I'm a Reiki master. I do breath work. I'm a breath work and sound healing practitioner as well. So I do a combination of all of that in my practice.
Okay. Yeah. So for those woo-woos out there like me, this is a show for you. Yes. A woo-woo show for you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's obviously where you're at now, but it didn't start that way. So tell me about yourself. You are from where?
Queens, New York. Mm-hmm. I lived in Astoria all my life, basically, until I got married and we moved out to Whitestone and then Long Island. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I lived in Queens. I went to John Jay College for forensic psychology for my undergrad. Then I switched majors for my master's and I went to school psychology. I loved working with kids since I was 17 years old. So it was kind of easy for me to switch and say, I want to be working with children. I want, to help them in any way I can. So, so my master's, I went and I did school psychology, which was beautiful. I loved it in the very beginning.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that because I have a lot of friends of mine. They're in the New York City school district and beyond other school districts. You guys have it tough. No matter what part of the school system that you are in, you have it tough.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize that obviously firsthand. Mm-hmm. So take me through that. So you get your first job. This is the first job?
No, I did a couple of other things before that, but then my last job was in Brooklyn. Well, I had a couple, but we
all start with local. Listen, I didn't get into I went to Temple University in Philadelphia. Go Owls. Okay, whichever camera I'm supposed to look at. Isn't that something, right? Go Owls. Yeah. And when I got out of college, it was like one of those moments where you no longer had a syllabus. You had no direction. It's on you, right? Mm-hmm. And I went to school for broadcast journalism, and I was like, I do not want to do this. And I went to be an intern at Disney World.
Okay.
Fun fact, I was a lifeguard at Typhoon Lagoon.
Wow.
So if you drop, I know what to do. And so you know, not that that's going to happen, but it's 15 to 2, compressions to breaths and for an adult. So anyway, beyond that, then I went and I worked at New York and Company. In retail. And then I got into TV. So yeah, we all kind of like shift around a little bit. It's a little shifty. But anyway, okay, go ahead.
did behavior therapy. I was going to different homes, and doing ABA and all of that before I found a school and was just doing school psych, evaluations, testing, all of that. And I was also doing play therapy with children. It was amazing. I love working with children. I still love working with children. We'll get to that. But I was just very stressed, overwhelmed, doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Spread very thin.
Kids not getting things that they were supposed to or getting too much. It was just, I feel like sort of a broken system.
Yeah.
And that stress caused so much anxiety within me that I was having trouble getting pregnant. We were trying with my husband for a while.
Yeah, talk about that. I mean, obviously talk within where you feel comfortable, but I know that there are women that, stress does a number on our bodies.
Oh, yeah. I also did have a couple of things going on. I had surgeries when I was a child. So I just figured that was the issue, but really the bigger issue was stress, anxiety, all of that. So I went to an IVF doctor after a couple of I would say a good year and a half of trying. And the IVF doctor told me, you will not be able to have children.
Oh,
flat out.
How did that make you feel? I mean,
I was just like, what is he saying to me right now? But I did leave out of there saying, I'm not going to listen to him. I'm like, there is no way I'm listening to him right now. So what I did is I started going to chiropractors, acupunctures. It was always in my nature because my family does all that. They're into acupuncture, chiropractors. I never did it before, but I was like, I might as well start here.
Yeah.
I have no other choice because I'm not taking that route. I did not want to take that route. I did not, he says you can't have children, but you can do this and you'll be able to, there's a chance that you'll be able to, have a child. And I'm like, I don't want to try this. I want to do something different. My body is able to have children. It's in your mind, It's all in your mind. It's all in your body. So I started going to acupuncture, chiropractor for months. And my chiropractor told me, go away. Take a long vacation. This is what you need to de-stress. They were already unblocking. They were already doing the work physically. But I also needed to just go away and not think about anything. That is all that was needed. I went away, and away is when
All right. Yeah. And it worked.
And that worked.
Now this is your experience, and it worked for you. This is my
experience. Absolutely. Listen, everyone has a different experience, but stress can take a toll on your mind and body. It is so hard when, you're going through so much, your body and your mind are blocked. Like everything is blocked. The energy, everything is not flowing the way it's supposed to be flowing within your body. There's blockages. So acupuncture, chiropractors, energy healers, sound frequencies help to unblock those pathways that, the blood can't flow through, the energy can't flow through. So that's pretty much what they were doing. They were, I also was taking some herbs, herbal remedies. I was eating clean, very, very clean.
I mean, this was a whole.
It was yes. It wasn't
holistic.
just one. It wasn't just one thing. I was doing many things for those few months. And we went away. I was not thinking about work or anything, and that was it.
Sometimes you just need that reset, you know?
Exactly.
So this is where a bigger shift is happening too.
Yes, I left the school system once I found out I was pregnant at 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.5, 3 months. I left because I didn't want that stress again to come. I also did miscarry once before from the stress, so I just did not want any of negativity, stress, anything to occur again. So I left.
What was that day like for you? Because I feel like there are many teachers out there, and I'm not talking to any specific one in New York City, but I do have people who, you know, as I said earlier, it's a grind, it gets hard, and you got to make a decision to leave something you love. What was that like?
Yeah, it was tough for me in the beginning because I was like, well, what the hell am I going to do? I went to school all these years for this. I love working with kids. How am I going to help them? Like, what am I going to do from here? So it was definitely difficult for me the first couple of months. And then I just kind of, I don't know, there was a shift of just, I was so relaxed, so calm for the first time in so long that I was like, it's going to be fine. I'm going to find my way. And obviously I was so happy also that this beautiful miracle was coming out of me. And, you know, I was pregnant and I was so grateful that I was able to get pregnant and have this baby that honestly everything was just like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah, isn't
and
that wild?
We'll see what our future holds, you know? I actually wasn't even thinking about the future at that point. I was just taking it day by day.
It's almost like you were following your gut. You knew where it was leading you.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it was everything you like you said, you go to school, you had this whole plan in place.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you realize you're just not in alignment with it anymore.
Not in alignment at all.
Oh, that's like such a scary thing. I know, because I've just done it too. So
yeah.
So now you leave.
I do.
And you are now starting to see some other things in your life that are lining up.
Well, my chiropractor is the one that told me, she's like, why don't you try something? It's called hypnobirthing. And I was like, what is this? And it's basically you're rewiring your mind, you're hypnotizing your mind not to feel pain.
Okay.
So there's no pain. So the word, for instance, contractions is not in your vocabulary. You're not supposed to think about that. You're not supposed to say it. You're using different language. Mm-hmm. So it's not, because all we hear is, this is so painful. You're in 24 hours of labor. You know, even my mom was scaring me in the beginning. She's like, I had you. It took me 24 hours. I was in labor. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you know, and when people constantly are telling you this, inside of you, you start believing inside that this is the most scariest thing that's going to happen to you, you know?
Painful, everything in between.
Once you start to undo that, you know, undo the constant negativity around you, and you start saying, no, this is going to be the most amazing experience of my life. There is no contractions. There are surges.
Oh.
It's like the waves. They come and they go, right? Come and go. And you start believing it, that there's no pain. It's pressure. It's pressure because there is a baby coming out of you, but the baby is coming out and your body is also expanding. That's the beauty of being a woman, right? Is that your body is expanding at the same time. So this beautiful being is coming out of you. So when you're imagining this, you're imagining it opening, and this is like the closest thing to the divine. It's like, how can something so amazing happen, right?
You do realize that there are women right now listening to you being like, I don't know what this woman is smoking, but I would like to have some.
Well,
again, your experience, but this hypnobirthing, you're saying this is, I
mean, every person that I have, and let me tell you, I've had people that were like, you're nuts. You're crazy. I'm telling you, I've had people that are like, you're nuts, you're crazy. I will never do something like this in my life. And then have done it. And their experiences are like, wow, I cannot believe that this just happened right now. Yeah.
So you were good. You had how many kids?
2 children, 2 boys, and both were the fastest. The fastest births. I went to the hospital, 9 centimeters dilated. I was like, the head was about to come out. And I had 3 doctors check me because I was so calm that they didn't believe that I was 9.5 centimeters dilated at that time. Yeah, so I had 3 doctors check me. That was for my first. My second, pretty much, I went to the hospital and I was 6.5 centimeters dilated. And they were like, oh, it's going to take hours for you to get from 6 to 9. The beauty of hypnobirthing is that you're constantly telling your mind that, no, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is beautiful. It's opening, you're imagining. It's like you're visualizing things, right? You're visualizing a flower blooming, right? You're visualizing this being coming out of you. So it happens so fast. So in 25 minutes, I went from 6.5 to 9 centimeters.
I've done yoga, right? So there's a breath work that I would do. It always involved trying to make a deadline and writing my TV script. And I remember my earliest breathwork days in Elmira, New York at WETM 18 News, and it was the NBC affiliate. And, you know, the clock is right in front of you and it's clicking and I'm not going to make this deadline. Holy shit. That's right. I can curse on this podcast. Let's just rip it open. And I'm thinking I'm not going to get this thing done. And I would literally stop and breathe in 5. And then out 5, adjust, and then I would get it done.
Yep.
There is that's like not
reset.
hypnobirthing, but
no, but it's a short reset. Yeah, no.
Just a tiny little bit.
I said to myself, if I can do this, if I can go through this hypnobirthing experience and have such an amazing experience with it, what else can I do with my mind? And that's when I started looking into all these other healing modalities. I got certified, I took tons of classes, and I started a practice where I combine everything together. And I do private sessions, group sessions, where I combine crystal energy healing, Reiki, sound healing, breath work, meditation.
So now your company, it's you and a...
So Mama Gaia Naturals is just me. The Mindful Mantis.
Yes, this is the one I really want to talk. Not that I don't want to talk about everything else, but this is okay. Mindful Mantis.
Mindful Mantis is me and my co-partner in this. Her name is Sandra Bakinde, and we started this together. So we were on the same journey together with all this healing, holistic route, and she was she's been a friend of mine, best friends for years, and we were at my deck sitting down one day, and we were talking about our jobs, things that we can do. And I always told her, I'm like, I've always wanted to write a book. And she's like, I've always wanted to write something too. And she was like, let's do it. And I'm like, really? I'm like, how? Where to start? I'm like, what are we doing right now? And she's like, let's just do it. She's like, let's just do it for fun. Let's see what comes out of it. And that's what we started it with. It was going to just be a book for our kids for fun that we wanted to write that would, maybe help them.
And what was the book about?
The book is called The Meditating Mantis. It's about...
You have it too,
I
yeah.
do.
And if you're watching this, you'll be able to see it. If you're not watching it, she is now picking up a book and showing it.
Yes, this is the soft cover and this is the hard cover. It's called The Meditating Mantis. It's about a little praying mantis called Mio. His friend Bodhi the toady talks to him about how to calm his mind. We don't want to constantly tell children, don't cry, don't yell. All these are part of being human. Emotions are part of being a human being. So if we are feeling sad or angry or upset or whatever we're feeling, we need to let it out, right?
Yeah.
So emotions need to be let out. So Bodhi the toady tells him that it's okay to feel it all. It's okay. And also have the right tools to manage them afterwards. And the right tools are breath work and meditation, how to breathe through the emotions, right? So cry it out, but then breathe through them. So if you want, I can like read you one page. That's like
read
really
me a page.
cute.
Bring me, because I could have used this yesterday, let me tell you, because I was not having a good day.
The parents love it because they use it a lot for like right before going to sleep or just to remind the kids. So hold on, let me show you one page about his emotions.
I'm going to remember what you're going to read me, and then I'm going to say it to myself later on today when I go and make my 30,000th attempt at trying to figure out my editing equipment at home. So you better pick a good page there.
So before, right, Bodhi's, okay, so with Bodhi's wisdom, his feelings took flight. Happiness, sadness, and all of life's plight. Excitement, anger, wonder, every emotion and flow. He learned it's okay to feel them, the high and the low. So here, we're teaching them he learned to inhale through his nose, count to 3, 1, 2, 3, then exhale slowly through his mouth, feeling light and free. Belly breaths, inflate, deflate, like waves upon the sea, bringing calm and peace, as gentle as can be. Yeah, so it's just basically about feeling all the emotions. So after his emotions eased and his breath found its flow, he smiled at the calm. No worries left to show. I am strong and happy, he whispered, his voice soft and slow, visualizing peaceful light flowing gently as he let go. It is. I know.
That
it's
is
like
really
so
that's
cute.
good for adults too.
It is. The parents read it and they tell me, they're like, I'm doing it as as my kids are doing it. They're both doing it at the same time because it helps the parents and the parents are the ones that really need to focus on it first because the children are going to copy everything you do. So if you're calm, your kids are going to follow calm. If you're anxious and yelling and screaming, your kids are going to follow that, right? And it's okay to feel anxious and all that as long as afterwards you tell them, I just was not feeling okay right now. I had a storm of emotions and it's okay because sometimes we all go through that, right? It's okay to explain that to them, but just tell them afterwards, what we can do next time is take that big breath and let's do it together. Let me show you how we can do this together. And next time you can tell mommy to do this when I'm acting that way.
And I think this is so important, you know, because I know, when we were little, maybe our parents really didn't explain us why they were yelling all the time. I got if you don't knock it off in the back seat of the car and put me in the trunk, nothing ever happened. No child abuse on my end here.
No.
But your parents would
Same here. The most amazing parents. But yelling is normal, right? So,
yeah.
So, toughen up. No need to cry.
Oh,
no need to yell.
Mm-hmm.
No crying. Don't cry. Why are you crying? No, crying is normal. Mm-hmm. How else are you going to let out? You have to cry, right? Otherwise, it's a buildup of emotions. Build up, and then that you don't want that.
No. And also, I think what's a good point, too, is in a book like this, it's the devices. All the kids are communicating. I mean, we could have a whole separate story about that. The devices, there's a blessing and a curse to the devices.
Of course,
but, the lack of communicating between and only reading, interpreting, and where do you put those emotions, but to be able to specifically communicate how you feel and why you do.
Yes.
And if you just need like a timeout. I mean, I'm even learning, I'm 44, and I had a text exchange with two of my friends the other day, and it wasn't a negative text exchange. It could have gone off to left field, certainly, but I realized how adult we all were because we were explaining, I had to explain a conversation I had, and I was like, well, this is the backstory, and I look back on that text thread, and I'm like, man, I'm proud of us. I mean, we're also in our 40s.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
we took it takes a bit.
Of course.
But, so just to be able to communicate and start that when they're young.
Absolutely. That imagine if everybody started doing this with their children from as young as they are born, like 2-3 years old, where they're saying it's a terrible twos. Well, It's because they're trying to communicate, right? That's the time of communication, time to express themselves. From the book, remember I said, as a school psychologist, I definitely wanted to come back and do something some way in the future. And I feel like this is the way to do something. Instead of testing, evaluating, it's healing from within. So healing from within would be doing the breath work through the book. We have many courses online. Well, we have one main course which has different modules online on our website that shows parents how to do breathwork techniques, how to do sleep meditations, gratitude circles with the family all together, nature activities that they can do outdoors with their kids, mindful eating, like not just eating, right? Smelling it, tasting it, what's around you, what does mommy have, what does daddy have? It's a whole ritual to do before just eating your food, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do a small breath work before, there's just so much in that module in all the modules that we did that is just so amazing. And then from there, we wanted to take it one step further. And that one step further is creating a curriculum, a mindfulness curriculum in the schools. So it's called the Mindful Mantis Method, which is basically a mindfulness curriculum to have in schools that they can do in their classrooms 5 minutes before school starts or before class starts, right?
Now, I want to mention here. I'm going to adjust my skirt if you're watching. I mean, I'm having a rough one with this outfit. I don't know what I was thinking today. I don't know if my brassiere is showing or my brassiere, like 1942 over here. Anyway, so you mentioned,
yes.
And when we were on the phone, I thought, and the reason I'm stopping this, because I remember thinking and feeling this because, when I was a little kid in school, sometimes there were, maybe a classmate that was having a meltdown.
Right.
And you're little, so you don't know what to do or say to them. Mm-hmm. And you being a school psychologist, you experience that on that side. So now we're coming full circle back into the school system with this whole mindfulness approach.
Yep.
Tell me why to start off the day with breath work based on what I just told you in the example that you gave me earlier.
It starts the day with stress-free, calmness. Once you do a short breath work, right, it resets your whole day, like we said before. So imagine doing that within the classroom. And this is not only for the kids, but imagine for the teacher, for herself, to start the day with a nice breathwork technique that she can do alongside the children. So it's breathwork techniques, it's a short meditation, journal prompts, right? And it could be, and there's different themes on gratitude. There's just, it's a whole year-long curriculum on so many different, and it's so easy, super easy that you don't need experience. It's all there for you. A little bit of movement, right? So there's different, for K through 5, it's different. For 6 through 12, it's different because the journal prompts will be a little different. The meditations are going to be a little bit different. But it's just so amazing to start the day with a little bit of breath and a little bit of just composure, calming down before starting your day. Everything transitions easier. It's just a smoother transition. The kids feel calmer. They don't have to, act out. And if they do, you can pretty much take whatever they just did and do it again with the children. Have them sit down and do the breath work again with them. It's all there. So if they don't want to start their day, or if they want to start their day and there's another child that's just, having a tantrum or overwhelmed and can't control their feelings, it's right there in the curriculum what you can do.
And it seems like, what's good about this, especially starting the day, is, everyone's coming to school to learn.
Yeah.
But not everyone knows what people are coming from. Either it's a really hefty commute.
Absolutely.
You know, there could be problems at home with, you know, the teacher. The kids might have a problem at home,
Right.
imbalance within the family,
Yeah.
and then they're starting their day already
heightened, and academics, and, you know, like, imagine starting your day doing a math or English, and you're already came from a train or from a household that was just, there was so much going on at that moment. Imagine coming into the day and starting it with ease. Having a technique where you can just calm down and, you know, come back to yourself before starting the day. It's just, these are just little tools to help the children before needing to go on with their day.
Yeah.
Easy tools. Super easy tools.
I mean, in adults, I mean, that's what their cup of coffee is before, you know, or like,
Right.
I mean, I journal every morning when I wake up.
Right.
And just because you got to clear the mental clutter, or, you know, if you just had a rough night of sleep or a bizarre dream.
Right. So for the teacher, it would be that, right?
Oh, yes.
The teacher would be any of that stuff. If she's going through any of that, it's just an amazing de-stressor.
So are any schools using it now, or is this open for schools to use it?
We do have a few private that are using it here and in Florida. Wow. But we are hoping to launch nationwide.
I was going to say, talk about your dreams.
We want to launch nationwide. That is our dream, that all the schools will have this curriculum and they can start their day just, you know, at ease. And it'll help the counselors, it'll help the teachers, it'll help the kids. It's just, it will help everybody within. Yeah. And it also, academically, they do see that children do better when they're calm, right? Going through a test. Imagine you have a hard test that you're about to do and you go into it stressed out.
Forget it. Forget it. Nope. Mm-mm.
Imagine doing this before having to do a test.
Wow. It gets your mind
changes,
right.
It changes everything. So that's where we're at. We want to have this nationwide. And then also our goal is to have Mio be on TV. Why not, right?
I know a couple of people.
Right? have a TV show or whatever it is with Mio, and he can like teach all these things. And I mean, I don't know, this is just me and my dream, but why not?
Hey, speak it into existence, right? It's
Exactly.
all about manifesting. Oh,
Right?
what's up, whoa-whoa? All right, so speaking of whoa-whoa,
Yes.
we were talking about a little treat.
Yes.
And I know that you have something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we talked about sound baths.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a sound bath if you're just tuning in?
What is a sound bath? So sound healing first. Let's start with sound healing.
Yes.
So sound healing is basically, you know how you tune a guitar?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically tuning your body. That's what it is.
Oh, I never heard of it that way. That's
I'm trying to like make it kind of like simpler. Like you're tuning a guitar. You can tune your body in this in essence, right? So it pretty much resets your body. It has certain frequencies and vibrations that are called healing tones, 428 hertz, 528 hertz. Now, a guitar and all these other instruments are also amazing instruments, but these are they're a little different. They're more geared towards healing in the cellular level. Healing within. So it goes straight into your heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
It goes straight into your stomach. You feel them in these places.
And they do work.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have done them, and you always come out
feeling like if you went in there feeling super stressed, anxious, you are going to come out of there feeling like you're flying and floating in the air.
Floating. I've gotten the floating.
Absolutely floating.
And like
in the
just
air.
reset, and the air smells better. It's just
Everything.
bizarre.
It's literally a nervous system reset. You're just resetting your whole entire body. You are unblocking parts of you that were blocked and can just freely flow throughout now.
I had a girlfriend who did it with me, and she started crying.
Yeah.
I mean, you just unlocks things.
That's the thing. The breath work. So I start with breath work where that kind of helps you just release. Mm-hmm. Whatever is going on, you're releasing. Then the meditation gets you to a place of, aside from releasing, just just calm harmony. And then you're going into the sounds, which is healing as well, right? You're healing yourself from within.
Okay, so can we try out a 3-minute? Because I know we don't have,
Absolutely.
I have a time limit.
Yes,
and
okay.
I don't want to,
Yes. So
I want to call her my producer, but she's my audio woman, Brione. Now Brione, I hope you're listening, because this is going to be really great for you and for all of us, all of you listening and watching. Okay, so now I'm going to let you take it for the next 3 minutes.
Okay. So first, what I want everyone to do, if you are listening, is to close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. I want your shoulders to be relaxed, your face to be relaxed. Try not to think of anything. Soften your whole entire body. Uncross your legs if you can. And again, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. One more time. Inhale and hold it and exhale. Let your body rise, your chest open. Now I want you to inhale something more. I want you to inhale love. Inhale peace. Inhale hope. Hold it. Let it settle inside of you. And exhale. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale any tension that you may be having within your body. Anything that no longer serves you, I want you to exhale it and let it all go. Exhale fear. Exhale doubt. Exhale tension. Let it all fall away. Place your hands on your heart. Feel it beating. Feel your heartbeat. It's been with you through absolutely everything. Feel the love. Feel the compassion. Just imagine a beautiful white golden light growing inside this beautiful heart of yours. Inhale all that love in and exhale. Feel yourself getting lighter and freer and happier, and all your worries and tension and anything you may be holding floating away. One last deep breath in. Hold it. Exhale.
I mean, that was beautiful.
Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness.
And this is a little snippet.
Oh my gosh.
This one actually was still vibrating.
That's because it's got a lot of energy in here.
Right? It was still vibrating. And I usually put these on people's chests or
Really?
stomachs
I never
so
had
they-
that happen.
So they can feel the vibrations within. It's just so amazing. I do tuning fork alignment, which I use, and I align each chakra.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so amazing. So, so amazing. And honestly, it's just, whether you believe it or not, I tell people it's okay if you don't believe in these things. As long as you come, you have a little bit of an open mind, and you say, all I want is to de-stress and calm myself down. That's all. If that's what your intention is for, you come for that. And it will do just that. It will de-stress you, calm you down, and just let go of all your worries.
I let go
And
of a
then
lot.
it can go as much as healing, everything, whatever. Yeah.
Healing avenue you go down.
Yeah.
So how can people get in touch with you? I'll obviously put this in, under somewhere within the podcast if there's a body of, because again, I'm learning how to do all of this in the bottom. But how can people get in touch with you, whether it's for healing and wellness work,
Yes.
the mindful mantis,
Yes.
everything?
So Mama Gaia Naturals, you can find me on Instagram. I have a website, www.mamagaianaturals.com.
And how do you spell that, Mama Gaia?
M-A-M-A, Gaia, G-A-I-A, Naturals, N-A-T-U-R-A-L-S.
Yes. And then the schools, if there's like a teacher or if there's
Yes.
a superintendent,
The
somebody listening, maybe New York City, that's where we're
Absolutely.
based right now, listening.
On our website, you go to the Mindful Mantis method, you click on it, and then you click and it'll give you an email that you can put, and we will give you all the information on there. Yeah, we'll send information, we'll send samples, we'll send everything through there.
All right, Mariana, this was awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you. This wasn't so bad, right?
No, this was great.
I know, I could keep
like it was just, we're just talking naturally.
I know. It's
It was
fantastic.
amazing. I know.
Well, I'm so glad that you wanted to do this with me. This is really big. You're one of
Yes.
my first guests, so this means a lot to me.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for inviting me and having me on here. And
Absolutely,
letting me
and I'm-
spread the word. of-
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we got our hair done the same day.
right?
Because had we not gotten our dues done, this would have never happened, and you would have never had the chance to have a sound
Alignment.
healing, a moment, alignment. So how would you call that? Well, we had a sound
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Sound healing experience, I guess.
sound healing
a little
experience
sound
on the
healing
podcast.
on the podcast.
But thank you again.
Thank
This
you.
was awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right. I'll see you next time. This was so great. Take what lands, leave what doesn't, and keep moving forward. Follow wherever you're listening, and if you are watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know.